I was gonna point this out, but I forgot to send it. Like when you yawn, you do this. Like you start humping.
yeah. At the end,
Like on the pod?
yeah.
You did that at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
And then you did it when we were doing the Pocky chip where you're like this and you start humping. Have you caught that?
That? Like I do it like this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't caught that.
Because I thought I was like, oh, you're doing it for a joke, but then you did it again.
He just gets a little horny when he.
Bro, what's the issue, bro? You're over here fucking flirting with me for an hour. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's my fault.
Look at my twins. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. Look at these twins. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. Look at these twins. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. Look at these twins. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. That's Mary Kate. Titties out, titties out.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Imma Come Clean podcast. We're a weekly comedy podcast where we come clean and confess about things or have unique guests and come on. Today we're doing a solo episode. My name is Aldus.
Your boy Jared. Dylan, what the fuck, bro?
Smooth guy.
I don't like having to introduce myself.
I know.
I'm already focusing on someone.
I wasn't expecting
right.
it, and then you got quiet, and I was like, wait.
And no one's there.
Yeah, no one's over here.
We actually got an AI to do the switching now. Like,
I don't think we should introduce ourselves every time, but I mean, like just general gist. We're a podcast about this, so people know what we do.
Okay.
That's
Is this part of the episode?
Sure.
you know what? I was rewatching the pod, and like I see like there's a lot because when like now you got me insecure the fact that I was doing that and I was like humping. But I like all the time, like I'm just doing this, like I'm always like playing with my hair and shit. Like, have you noticed that?
No, because I think we're all paying attention to ourselves so much. Because I realize when I laugh, I inhale through I'm like, and I realize that I'm like, whoa.
I've never noticed that.
It's probably not that crazy, but that happens.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious though.
And I'm like, oh, ew. Because that's like one step away from being a snort.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like I've gotten a lot more comfortable just seeing myself on camera because of this.
Yeah,
like it
me
doesn't
too.
make me cringe anymore, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think like listening to our voice, it's like, oh, that's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like an every week thing too. Like
Yeah.
so I think I was like walking, I was in my house and like my mom, like I think I was like walking to the bathroom and I just hear like she's watching one of the clips.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God. Like, like it was just weird. I was like, bro, my mom's a fan. Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think my mom watches every single clip too.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
have
kind
no
of weird
respect for
because
us.
we do because my mom, I don't know if I believe her, but she's like, can I watch an episode? And I'm like, no.
Yeah. I don't think my mom actually watches the episodes though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think she just watches like the Instagram clips.
Yeah, I think the same, but I don't know. I feel like my mom would just be like, all right, I'll say I won't, but then she is watching it. Okay, Mom, I see you.
Yeah, for
You're
real.
doing
Like, we
this?
know you're here.
We know you're here.
Hi.
Are we gonna make this a clip and then send it to her?
We can.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Imma Come Clean podcast, where you weekly unique comedy podcast where we come clean about things and confess. My name's Aldus.
Yeah, my name's Jared. We're keeping this in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a never-ending promo for our podcast. It's like 50 first dates, but we forget who we are each time.
That'd be cool. I wonder how 50 First Dates our show is because
50 first date? What do you mean?
like we're just repeating ourselves and we don't even
okay.
know. Because I've probably what do you
100%.
think you've brought up multiple times in this podcast?
I know there's a lot. I know I say it a lot too, where I'm like, I know I've talked about this. But I know too, like there's a story you'll bring up and like I know I've heard it.
Oh.
I don't say anything though, but I'm just like I know like I'm like, okay, he's talking.
Which one? Is it? I know I bring
I
up
don't
that
know,
I'm
like-
off porn pretty often.
Yeah, but I feel like that one's different because at least like when you bring it up, it's kind of like it's different context every time at least. Like, but I don't know because I mean I feel like we also just like even just setting up like we just talk a lot. So I feel like you tell me a story here and like there's another time I see you like I hear a story or something. Like,
I'm gonna keep doing it over and
yeah.
Wait, which story?
No, I don't know. Like I'm blanking right now. But like imagine there's no new stories from this point on. Like
we should try.
yeah.
And
just retelling shit. Like
like
I
you
think
just-
we made that joke about redoing the first episode. Just entirely.
line for
like,
line.
Yeah.
We should do it.
That'd be crazy. I feel like we look better.
We do.
The lighting's better.
The difference in how we look. We all we look good.
Yeah.
You think is this our peak? When do you think your peak looks are gonna be? Like what age?
My peak looks? I don't know. I'm hoping like 30s, 40s.
I feel 30s, 40s would be cool.
I think you for sure just have to stay in shape though.
Yeah, I think it's staying in shape and not being stressed or angry. Like,
dude,
yeah.
You know what's crazy? It reminds like I had this fucking dream, and it was wild. So I had a dream there's this dude that I've been like shooting film with. He's like been hiring me, and he's like a little bit older, and he's got he's like somewhat like kind of like a rounder face. And I had a dream about him, and just something like he was talking about his face, like, and he showed us like what he looked like when he was younger, and like that, like, oh, he's like, yeah, like he just showed us like how his facial structure has changed. And then like I literally wake up that next day, and that same dude posted a picture of himself on Instagram of himself when he was like in his 20s.
Dang, that's
and like
crazy.
yeah, and it was like his whole facial structure was kind of different. I was like, what the fuck?
Was it pretty accurate to how you were?
Well, it's like I don't remember seeing necessarily a picture. I just remember him talking about it and like kind of like you like referenced something. I don't remember exactly because it was a dream. Like,
oh whoa.
But it was like, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like I was like, what are the odds of that?
I feel like there's been like 2 occurrences where I've had a dream, and then like in the future it happens.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was this one dream where I was like hanging out with friends. I don't know if I might have told this story before. See, I think I'm catching myself.
Yeah.
But there's this like one story where I think I'm like,
I didn't mean to make you insecure in it.
No, because now I am.
I'm not yawning on the pod anymore either. So
what if our next we just yawn every time?
We gotta say that what you were talking about again because we cut it out.
Oh, that's true. Well, so you Aldus just mentioned that every time like I yawn, like I stretch, but like I do a hump with it too. And I've never noticed that. Like,
you did it at the end of the podcast in the previous one.
Yeah. We'll see if we can insert a clip here.
But what was I just saying?
Dream. You had a dream with your friends.
Oh yeah, it was like I remember. I think I was just with friends, and then I was like this one specific friend, and then I look at my mom, and there was just this like look of sadness and like disappointment in like what my friends were doing.
Yeah.
And then like I remember I woke up, and then I remember I had a birthday party in like high school, and then like it was like time to blow the cake, and then after I blew the cake, like the same kids I dreamed about like got the cake and then started throwing it everywhere, and then I saw the same look in my mom's face.
Damn.
And I was like, wow. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is. Well, I feel like that's also like a subconscious thing. Like your mind just like you're already like your brain's telling you something that you kind of already know. You just kind of have to accept it. That's crazy because I feel like I low-key, I think I might have talked about this too. But like I just like I feel like I've had a lot of dreams, and the dreams are like therapy, where like the dream kind of just tells me something that like I'm kind of like I'm trying to conceal or whatever, but like it just makes me face shit. You know, like it makes me learn lessons like in my dreams. Like literally, I had a dream like last night, like where I think I've been like struggling a little bit, like where people like kind of like she's like just having like a girlfriend now, like she got like she'll call me out on something, and like just in general, like all this shit, like all the heads I butt with the people like the last couple of years we've talked about that too.
Yeah,
like I've become like very defensive. Like somebody can like tell me something, and I feel like I have to like defend myself or I have to like kind of like explain the situation.
Yeah.
So. And I feel like obviously I've just been kind of struggling like to accountability a little bit like recently. But I literally had a dream and like there was something happened. Like I'm like driving and we're at a red light, and there's this dude and he's just like stuck. Like, you know, like somebody gets stuck and they can't move or something. He's like trying to make like a left, but he's like stuck on a gridlock. And out of nowhere, like this other dude's like honking at him, like, and like I'm kind of getting mad at him. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and out of nowhere, like the dude's like, he's kind of like, I can tell he's like not well. Like there's something wrong with him. Like, so this dude ends up like pulling up, like up next to me, and like I think I grabbed something. And I think I like threw it at his face. Oh. And he like he didn't start crying, but I could tell like he wanted to cry. And I immediately like I stood there and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, what have I done? I was I was able to like take a step back and realize I'm a fucking piece of shit for that. Like, and I apologized to him. I was like, you know what? And it was just something like I kind of just had an epiphany. I was like, damn, like I was like, I need to be able to like let my pride go sometimes and like kind of take accountability for shit. Like
that's I remember sometimes I like wake up and I'm like, oh, I hope I didn't shoot that person.
Yeah.
I guess the same thing.
No. I've had dreams like that though, but like that was not that dream though. Like,
oh
yeah. But I've had like mad dreams too, where you wake up and you're like, or you're in the dream, you're like, is this fucking real? Like, that shit's scary.
Then I'm like, oh man, now my neighbor's dead.
Yeah, literally, yeah. You're like, I'm fucked. Like I'm going to jail forever.
Yeah, it's like damn it, just because they took my spot.
Do you want to talk about something?
It makes it look like it's a nervous tick. No, but that was an example. I haven't had a specific one like that. I remember I've been having this dream. I feel like I talked about like this friend. It was like this close friend in high school that then I slowly realized he just kept me around to feel better about himself. You ever have friends like that? And then like
no, but I know.
But you're like that dynamic where they're like, I just want to feel better than everyone. But like, because I remember like I just like cut him off like a couple years back. And he was like a close friend, like in high school. Yeah. But then like I do think about him because like I remember I saw a recent photo of him and he just looked like, because he was like he was like on the way to like being D1. He was like the varsity captain as like a freshman, got like a scholarship at this private school. And then like he just had like that huge ego, and then he would be like, yeah, I'm like fucking all these girls, and like he would just like flex on me, and like he would call me a virgin all the time.
Dude, that's
like
infuriating,
like just straight bully shit, but like keeping me around to feel better. And I remember like because he was like well off, and then I remember like after high school, my parents got like a house the same size as his, might have bigger, and then he was like, oh, like it's so like why is it so big? And I'm like, what? And then like he just felt like, oh, I'm not above you, and like he had like the financial thing, he had like all these things over me, and then now he's like, like I'm not better than like he does not look. He never viewed me as equal, and that's why I cut him off. And then like I think about that sometimes. I'm like, damn, I was okay with being around that. And then like I like think about him sometimes, and I'm like, because like I saw a recent photo of him, and then like he got like pretty like he got bigger. Yeah, he just doesn't look fit. He like I think he just like only like games. Yeah, and like that's his thing. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and it's like, what are you dreaming about though?
Like I dream. Like last night, I dreamed I was walking around COC, and then I saw him, and then he was like, haha, look who it is. And then I was like, what the hell? And then like I confronted him, and then we just like had a long talk about like, I think it was like how he was just like, I was like, yeah, I feel like I just like cut you off. And he was like, yeah. And he was like, I feel it's not really like worth talking because like we're not going to be friends. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And then like but then we still like caught up in a bit, and it was still like kind of funny, but also like, damn, like I do not want to be friends with you, but it's like sucks because I was like, you were like in my high school life, and you like were like a friend, but it's like, damn, you like weren't a good person, you know, and like it's like weird that like I do think about him often, and like I'm not gonna like reach out, but I do think like you're in my subconscious pretty often, just because like you weren't a good person, but you're still like keeping me around. I don't know. That's like, cause have you ever had someone like that?
No, 100%. Like, that's like even something I'm like dealing with now. Like obviously I've told you about like 2 people like in my life that I was like super close to. Yeah. I'm like not necessarily like, I feel like they're always on my mind and shit. And I said like one of them was like somebody like I consider like obviously I consider them like both my family, but I think even at the end of the day, like I'm like I feel like I fully have like found I don't want to say peace, but I think I've accepted like what the situation is. You know what I mean? Like obviously I don't need those people in my life. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like there's still kind of like it's almost like my mind's like poisoned about them, like just thinking about them because they were just such a giant part of my life, like for so long.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like, damn, like we were probably friends from like 7th grade to like 12th grade. Yeah, and then it's like now I'm just like doing my thing. Yeah, you're doing yours.
Like, it's kind of like it's a weird thing to kind of like, at least like visualize your life, like you know what I mean, like it kind of like you see like how much has changed, and realize like they're not a part of it. Like it's just like it's a weird thing to grasp and like let go of.
Yeah, because I'm like I wonder how like we're viewing each other from the outside. That's so true. Because like we have like mutual friends, but like I think about like if we run each other, I'm like, that's gonna be weird? Because I do think about like, damn, how was I friends with him? Yeah, like there was just so many weird things. Like he had like, I remember like I'd come over and then his like. I remember I don't know, it was like so like it was snobby things where he would like have like dinner like in front of me all the time. Like he invited me over, but he wouldn't invite me to eat with him.
That's so
in front of and like
that's weird.
It was like they were like a well-off family. We go out to eat and they're like, oh, and then it's also like you're in high school, like you're a freshman, like no job. They're like, oh, here's a menu, like you can only get these things. Dude. You can, and then we're gonna get these entree. Yeah, you know, like I'm not so like asking bro. like I'm not like you should, but it's like just a weird thing.
It's the
where
principle
like,
of it.
It's a principle of it. It's like, damn, you always talk about how much money you have, but then when I'm around, you're like, here, you could have this little.
Well, that's almost like a control thing.
I think it's a control thing. Like... And then it was like, I was like, I think I was sitting like crisscross on his couch once, and he was like, "Don't do that." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he did it. I was like, "Oh, why can you do that?" He's like, "Cause it's my couch." Dude, I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" Because
I wonder what would have happened if you challenged him.
Yeah, I know that was the thing. Because I think now he was always sticking around people where he could just control. Yeah. And then like, what was it? I remember there was like another thing where I'm like, he's like drinking Gatorade. I'm like, "Oh, can I have one?" He's like, "No, I don't want to give you one." And like he has all these Gatorades. I'm like,
dude, that sucks, bro.
Yeah. And it was so weird. I was like, it's just this power dynamic over money, just wanting to feel above people. Yeah. And
does it like make you kind of cringe a little bit?
It makes me cringe because I'm like, damn, how did I not see? Yeah. Like, damn, that was not a good person to be around.
I fucking feel that,
bro. Because I think it was like a little bit of like, oh wow, you're fucking all these girls. Yeah. You're like on the road to being like a D1 athlete. Yeah. You're doing all this things, like that's so cool. And then like that after I'm like, oh wow, like it wasn't even like I'm gonna, because I like being around people better than me, because then I'm like, oh, I have so much to learn from you. Yeah. But like if it's someone who when I look at them up and they're looking at me down and not like, oh, I could help build you or like I could help teach you stuff.
Yeah, so they just want to keep you there.
Yeah, they just want to keep, and that's so crazy.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's, I don't know.
Yeah,
I like cringe.
so wild.
And like his like, I don't know, there was like red flags in the family.
Yeah, but again, you're also like, you're so young and shit too. Like, yeah, because I don't think I had any falling out with people like in high school or anything. Like, I think even too just seeing red flags with people, like it was just like, I don't know. I think we were so young, like we were just kind of unaware to shit. Like, but that lucky suck. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
no, I don't know. It's like, I'm like fine, but I'm like, damn. Like I dream about because it is my subconscious. Like, damn, how are we?
Yeah.
How are we friends?
Yeah.
How are we like? Why are you like that?
Yeah.
You know, because I think the thing is, because I'm when I'm friends with someone, I'm friends with them for so long. Yeah. Like it's rare that I completely cut someone out. Like that would be so bad.
Yeah.
For me to cut them out.
Dude,
so like, when I do have like a friend for a long term and then I cut them out, then I'm like, damn, how did I let that go on for so long? That's
yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy.
I feel that. Well, it's just like, it's almost like you feel like embarrassed. It's like reflects you and shit, but it's just kind of like, like other people's actions like don't really like, you know, it's like, it's not like a reflection of who you are, but yeah, it's lucky. So that's shitty as fuck.
Yeah, but come on it.
Dylan, you ever cut anybody off?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, this is my last pod, actually. Like, oh, cool.
Oh, because like, I feel like we're none of us are the like all of us are the type to be like, oh, if we don't like them immediately, like, then it's like, okay, we're just not gonna hang out with you. Yeah. But like, if we like you, we're gonna be like, yo, we're gonna try to integrate them as much as we can. They're so, but then if you do one red flag thing, we're like, all right, you're like,
no, that's like, I feel like that's like, I feel like there's people that I've known for a super long time that I have like a crazy attachment to, that I feel like I can put up a lot of their shit, but like I can't put up with new people's shit like at all.
Yeah,
like,
I think
you
it's
know
that
what I mean? Like,
if you're grandfathered in, but even like old like friend, if like
we still need to keep for like friends accountable and shit. But like I think I'm at a place now where it's like, as long as my friends aren't doing some fucking crazy horrible shit, like I want to be able to like grow with my friends and shit. You know what I mean? I want to be able to hold each other accountable. Like, and I feel like that's something I've like definitely like struggled with like a lot. So but
I think
it's all
like,
just been like a learning.
That Jack Harlow song. You guys hear about it's Gang Gang?
No, I haven't. I don't listen. I haven't listened to Jack Harlow.
It's a crazy song. Like it's like first chorus is like, yeah, I'm with my boys. Like this is my gang. Then first verse is like, hey, you know Marcus? Our Marcus? Yeah, our Marcus. Yeah, he raped a lady in front of a Target.
Oh, I think,
I put on my story. Yeah. But like, I remember I was like, I don't know how to feel about that song, because it was like, I feel like he was trying to do like J. Cole storytelling.
Yeah.
But then it went like 2 minutes short of like, hey, 2 of my friends are rapists.
Yeah, that's
and then it was just like, it was like first act, I'm with my friends. Second act, oh, some of my friends are rapists. Third act, they're not my friends anymore. Oh, like it was like a catchy song, but I'm like, damn, I feel like there could have been, it could have been a longer one. This is too, this is too short. Like there's too much. There's resolution. Yes,
I'm traumatized.
Why are you friends with this one? What was your red flag? Oh no, that's crazy. Who's the last person you cut off and why?
The last person I cut off? I don't know if I want to go like too into detail. Yeah, I don't want to go too into detail about any of that stuff. But again, it's pretty much I've just since the fucking pandemic, bro, just butting heads with so many people, bro. And like I'm at a point where it's like I can't do that shit anymore. Yeah. Like again, like unless it's like it's something like real and it's like if I'm like actually doing something like actively like hurting you, like okay, like I get that. And like I'm willing to like kind of stand up to my own shit and take accountability, but it's just like if we're just butting heads over fucking stupid shit, like we can't find agreement, it's just like what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, like I'm at that point, like I've lost so much peace, it's like I'm not dealing with that anymore.
Because I feel like my main it's like if someone is just never says they're wrong, that's the worst thing ever.
No, literally, like, and I feel like there's points where like I get, especially like because I feel like I've talked to people and I'm like I see the way that like they're raised too. Like, I get like if you're raised in a household and like they're always telling you you're wrong, especially over stupid ass shit. Yeah. And any relationship you have, like I get like you're probably gonna be defensive as fuck, especially if you're being called out for shit, even if you are wrong. Yeah. So I feel like I can have empathy for you, like in that to kind of like to kind of be defensive all the time. But it's like if we're butting heads all the time, and it's like you never want to take accountability. It's just like, dude, like. Yeah,
but I feel like there's like a certain age where it's like that doesn't matter. It's like literally like you're your own person now. Yeah. Figure out why you feel that way.
Yeah, literally, like it's kind of like you like Like I don't hate you, but go deal with that over there. Like you know what I mean. Like and like I'm over here. Like I'm gonna enjoy like my space and shit. So
I think one thing I learned in therapy was like it's okay to I think this plays into what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's okay to like remove people from your life because like if they're a toxic source for you, because I mean there's no we as individuals can be selfish about that, like we can choose who to have in our life and who to remove from it as well, but that was something that like you kind of feel guilty about, like because you want, especially if it's like a family member or something like that, but I think that's something I think more people need to realize as well.
I think the family thing is even more complicated than friends though, because obviously it's like you know what I mean, like there's like the societal like what would you call that? I don't even know. What the fuck, Dylan?
You
fuck
fart?
you, bro. No, he did the yawn thing. Like.
Shut up.
What was it?
That's crazy.
I always thought it was a joke when you did it. But
No, I swear, to even this moment, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I have to see it.
Wait, okay, fine. Since I call one out on me.
I don't think I.
You haven't caught one?
No.
Oh.
I need to go through the pods. Yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll make a fucking list, bro. Just a
Come back,
roast.
fuck, you're perfect.
I only found mine. But no, I was saying so. I mean, I think it's just harder to cut family off because I feel like you feel almost obligated like to stay around them forever because they're your family. But it's like if anybody's making you actively feel like shit, it's kind of like like obviously you're gonna figure it out at your own pace, but it's like that's not like you'll learn one day. Like it's not how you should be feeling.
Yeah. Do you plan to move out of this city?
Of San Fernando?
Yeah,
or like,
San Fernando.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I don't even think like
do you know, do you have a timeline? Like, do you know where you would go? Because
no, I don't think I have like.
I remember we talked when we were at Santa Cruz because I was talking about like leaving to school in Boston, how it was crazy, and then you said you wanted to do it, but you were kind of like too scared to make the jump. Yeah,
well, I feel like I think at first like. I think I had that pull a little bit to leave, but I think I did. I was kind of like I was like nervous. Like I was like, you know what I mean. But also like I wasn't like I didn't really get into like any schools or anything. Like, I had no idea what the fuck I was gonna do. Like I was gonna just be wasting like at least at that time like my mom's money and shit.
Yeah, no, because I feel like if you still don't know what you're gonna do after high school, I think you should go to community college.
Yeah,
which was
for
a good
sure.
choice.
Yeah,
because like people like. I remember like Emerson, there were just like kids who really were just smoking and partying every day the first 2-3 years, and I'm like, there goes $150,000.
Yeah,
that's
like,
crazy.
That's insane, bro. But I mean, if they have the money for it, they have the fucking
I think
money for
it's
it.
also rich folk. That
that is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think I used to fucking like sit on that shit heavy of just like not really feeling I'm doing like the wrong things, like comparing myself to like just seeing how like other people are so like mad successful right now. But I'm just like I don't know. I think I'm like again. I think what we were talking about like when we were setting up, like I think like just where I'm at right now, like with all the video work, like just seeing like how much I've grown and shit and like where I'm at right now, like it's crazy. Like it's crazy, like you know what I mean? And like I kinda like I didn't like follow anybody's plan. Like I did like I've been doing my own thing. Like,
God's plan.
Exact God's fucking plan, bro.
Yeah, wait.
So I mean I'm just grateful. Like I think everything has happened exactly how it's needed to happen. Like I've fucked up a lot, but
what's the biggest fuck up you think?
The biggest fuck up?
Starting this podcast. JK.
No, for sure.
Cheer beer. Oh, could you?
I would say just working with like certain people.
Oh, okay,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yep, I know.
Yeah. You know, but like then again, like it was all like I feel like it was necessary because I feel like that set me up to kind of be who I am now, and it put me in a certain position. You know what I mean? Like so, it's kind of like obviously even like through the heartache that was, it's like I'm still like everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? Like so, like I don't regret any of it.
I agree.
But what about you? What do you think is your biggest fuck up?
Perfect. There was that one.
No fucking way.
Coming clean with a perfect person.
He did it.
I wonder who's made it to like a very successful position, like on their own, no like connections, no family connections, didn't really fuck up, and then they just had a easy route. I don't know if that's really possible.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe by like the grace of God, it's probably like very rare. But like you have, I mean, it's all about fucking up. Like you can't learn without fucking up.
Because I wonder about like if the success feels that much better if it's just a straight shooter.
Yeah, no, I feel like eating shit is like definitely like
it's
yeah. That because like the Eating While Broke podcast, like Colleen, like the host, she has like her production company is like called Famous Failures, and like that's I would say that's like the whole theme of like that whole podcast is literally just failing forward.
Oh, that's
you know
cool.
what I mean? Like fucking up, like kind of sticking with it and just learning. So I feel like that's been like the greatest fucking like at least like just doing all this is like that's been like such a crazy thing to be experiencing. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Like so.
I wonder. This is kind of off topic, not really, but like I feel like I could hear myself inhale.
Yeah, I think mine's a little loud right now. Can you lower my headphones a little bit?
Yeah.
Testing.
How about now?
Yeah, that's better. What's the laugh thing you do? This is before you get. I just need to say this real quick. I'm still so shook at that fucking the Chris Hansen thing, the Chris Hansen clip.
Yeah,
where you use like that screenshot of my face.
That's such a.
I was like, "There's no way." Like,
I don't remember.
Part of me was about to scrub through every millisecond of that pod to find that. I was like, "This dude, like that looked." It almost felt like it was AI.
Because you're like, "Is that AI?" I'm like, "That's
fucking." I was like, "How did you get that so perfectly? No motion blur."
Yeah, that was a really good.
I was like, "That is crazy, bro." Like,
I was gonna say, oh, has there been like someone on YouTube doing a challenge of like getting addicted to crack challenge, where they get into like heroin, and then I really hear myself inhale and I feel weird.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
You don't hear?
No. I mean, I hear it now because you're like, hey, listen to this. Like,
because like I don't know. Imagine I'm doing stand up. Hey guys, so I was walking.
He's having a fucking panic attack on stage. Like, yo, get this dude off the fucking mic.
He's panicking even worse off stage. What was that? Oh yeah,
dude, that would be such like fucking clickbait like content. You know what I mean? Like you fucking dummy for that.
And then you still don't get views.
Oh my, that would actually be craysy. Real. I feel like that would be something like
we should. Pitch.
I feel like it would have to get views. You know what I mean? Like there's no way. There's no way. Even if it was like, it'd be crazier. Like let's say we do it right now.
Yeah.
And then like it doesn't get views for like a year.
Yeah.
I think like that would make it even more trendier in a year. Like the fact that we did this a year ago, nobody said shit about it. Like it would make it an even bigger meme. Like
gets restricted.
Yeah, like that. Oh my god.
But that would be a very interesting video. Just someone like documenting themselves.
Yeah.
Has that been a documentary? That'd be a cool like, hey, this person's willing to get big on YouTube. We should get Nikki K to do it.
No, I think it would low-key be not even like I think it'd be a crazy doc to just imagine like you're just filming like a doc on somebody. And then like it just slowly grows throughout the doc, like of them just be like kind of battling addiction. Like they don't necessarily start with it in the beginning, but then it's just kind of by the end of it, they're just fucking ruined by it.
Because do you think
that would be a crazy doc?
Yeah, like, but like if they made it out on top, do you think it'd be as? Because I feel like people are often congratulated for being like, oh, I'm this many years sober.
Yeah.
But then like if someone's like, wow, this person did crack just to get famous. You think people would be
like,
no,
I think there would be like a mad, like it'd be almost like infamy, I think. Like, it wouldn't be like
but like I wonder if like if that person knew it was like, I'm gonna do this just to prove addiction isn't real.
That would be fucking great. That would be like, disrespectful too, right?
And then they're like, so all these homeless people, liars.
Yeah, like I did it. Like, why can't you do it?
Because it is like, do you think logistically it is kind of true in a way? If someone if a group of 10 people were like, hey, we're gonna show how you can get over heroin, so we're gonna start doing it for 6 months.
I would say there's people that are more susceptible to it being worse. So I don't think all those 10 people would like get out of it like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think there's like people don't just start doing fucking heroin just because like they're like, oh, yeah, like, I like to party. Like people start doing fucking heroin because they're trying to mask some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so like
I'm sorry. So like imagine like you're depressed, and then you try. So let's say like this is your ball of depression. Let's say you start doing drugs to make yourself feel better, and then all that shit kind of fucks you up. It kind of grows your ball of depression to this big.
Yeah.
So imagine so you're dealing with this. So like this is like this thing is so heavy. So imagine you come into this, you don't have any depression or anything, but you start fucking doing it, but it's just gonna fuck you up. So no matter what, like you start withdrawing.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you depressed. Which I feel like that might be a little bit easier to carry because you don't have all these like
Oh, like
you don't have all
previous?
this trauma or anything that you're carrying with you previous to that. Like,
I feel like this could be really interesting. So, like, if you interview people and ask about like their trauma, ask what happened, ask how the family life was, find the perfect people to try to get in a heroin.
But like that would like that's just such a crazy fucking science experiment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to find people that would actually be down to do that, and like
it pays
I
a lot.
don't think they would be well. Like they wouldn't.
It's for people who just want to be famous.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people in LA like that.
That's just, I feel like we're seeing the way content's going. I wouldn't be surprised.
It might be there.
Within the next like 10, 20 years if like some shit like that actually fucking happens. Like, it's a Netflix show and shit. Like,
I kind of want to, I'd watch it. Everyone would watch it.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it too. That's just crazy.
I should cross the picket line and then pitch this to Netflix. Because it's a reality. No, it's a reality show. It's not even
But it's like, the thing is like, I'd want to see where those people are at 10 years after that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a long project.
Because once you're like addicted, it's like you're addicted. You know what I mean? Like that's something you kind of wear on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Or on your sleeve for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can always like slip up.
Yeah. But
I think everyone's different too. Like I feel like I'm good at controlling what I can do. Yeah. But some people can't control it at all. Like,
yeah. Well, because it is like it's a fucking sickness. It's not just like a lack of like, you know, like, oh, like they're just not about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like they just don't want it bad enough. Like it's not that. It's like fucking
Bobby Lee, I think, is like a big you know, he has issues with that.
Well, like with what, like drugs?
Yeah, with addiction. Like he's been to rehab and I think he's sober right now, but yeah, he can't mess with that at all. He can't like smoke once.
But I do wonder, because I remember I have a friend that I was like so disappointed about, because like her mom's homeless and then she did heroin and pretty much like left her.
Yeah.
And then she had a kid. I think I've told the story.
I don't think so. I've never.
I mean, okay, like, but like I used to work with this like sweetest girl ever. She was like probably like a year older than me.
Yeah.
And then she had a kid already. Her mom was like homeless, like she was a heroin addict, and then like she was living with a friend. Let's say her name is Brenda. So Brenda was living with a friend. She has a mom who did heroin, homeless, and then she also has a kid, and then she's living with another friend who's like helping support her. And then Brenda, despite all of like that trauma from her mom, she got fired from the job I was working at because she was always late. And then she snuck drugs into her friend. Brenda snuck drugs into her friend's house, and then she started getting homeless. And then she started doing heroin as well. And then her son is pretty much feeling the same life that she lived. So it's like a generational thing. But I'm also like, because I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's not your fault. But I'm also like, dude, because I don't know, because I haven't had an upbringing like that, so I have no idea. But I feel like there's a certain part of like, dude, like if you saw what they did to you, why would you? It's like a generational trauma thing, and I was so mad because I'm like, because I babysat for that kid too, and I'm like, now you're gonna fuck him over.
Yeah.
So like, there's a part where I'm like, dude, that was your fault. That wasn't.
Yeah, there's awareness, but again, I think it comes down to like, just like, again, we talk about like the depression, like, and people like, there's a reason people want to like, they want to feel good and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, I don't know, like that's something that's always like scared the fuck out of me. I was like, I never want to be like, I never want to feel that. Like, I've been fighting so hard to just kind of like not be in that like kind of mindset and shit, but you just never know. Like shit happens to you, like it's out of your control and shit. You know what I mean? Like you kind of like, even like there's amount of therapy that's like this still like won't like kind of fix your depression, at least like at some point. But
but like I don't know. I feel like it's at the point where if you're things that are affecting you, like let's say I'm having a bad day, then I'm angry, then I project that anger onto you. It's not your fault, so why do you ever get the water splashed on you?
No, 100%.
You know, so like that's why I'm like, I'm the one at fault.
It's the awareness though, like but I think there's a lot of people that lack that awareness too. You know what I mean? And again, it's like everybody's mind is just different. Everybody's like different thinking patterns and shit. So it's like, even if you see it, like it's so clear as day, it's like those some people like might not. It's like kind of just like, it's like it's their burden to fucking figure it on their own.
We should get a like a psychologist or something on the show.
Why am I angry at these addicts?
For real, bro. Why do I hate my mom? Mom, I don't hate you. I love you.
Wow. I love you more. You're gonna hear this while you're like cleaning tomorrow. Or not tomorrow.
I have to turn this pod around this fast?
Should we change the release dates?
To what? Like a different day?
Yeah, is it?
Like not Wednesdays?
I don't know. Like what's a day where like we have enough time to work it? Because we're going to start filming on Sundays. Saturday, Sundays with our work schedule. Should we move it down to like
go Thursday? I feel like Friday might be too busy. Like people go out and stuff.
That's
like,
true. Maybe Thursday.
We could do Thursdays. Okay. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Transitional time.
That is lucky smart. That's so. I didn't
because I was thinking about like because like right now our workload is pretty crazy with everything. I didn't even get time to make the to-do list for the week.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out
because I was like, I meant to text you. I was like, I was going through the text. I was like, did I miss it? I was like, what do I have to do? Like, I was like, they're gonna hate me.
I'm so Jared.
I'm gonna get fired.
Jared, stay in your house from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Sundays. We're gonna be
Thank
here.
You. Thank you.
We're gonna be in the studio.
Perfect.
Do you ever have thoughts of giving up?
Giving up like on this?
Life.
On life? Yeah, for sure. I see some like not like you talking about like killing myself or just like what I'm doing.
Bingo.
Yeah.
What's stopping you?
You've said that joke before.
I know. I have a flashback.
Is it bad that I said that right now? Because I know we talked about that, like me saying that I wanted to.
No, the whole thing about saying that phrase and saying things like that is that if there's people out there that are listening that are going through it, and it's just it's a bit triggering to hear things like that.
Okay,
that's all.
Okay, but so right now the context that we said it in, like that was like more of a real conversation. That was kind of like okay.
Right. Okay. And what other podcasters kind of do is buffer the words. So they say like
we lag wall.
They kind of say it differently.
Okay. Like we
like buffer, like the videos.
You want me to
loading screen?
I guess it would be like KOS or I don't know. But I mean
KOS.
Yeah, so I was thinking like
oh wait, no, not KOS.
Kill on self.
KOS. KMS.
I was thinking of like a gaming term for some reason.
GG.
What the fuck are we talking about? Was that what you meant, or did you just mean like?
Forgot the question.
I've thought about giving up.
Yeah, just giving up pod, giving up film.
Yeah, I mean, I think like before, we just talked about like just struggling with money a lot, and just fucking freelancing is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
like I see my friends, like friends that just went to school and like they just did it. Like this friend, I got a friend who went to nursing school. Not saying nursing school is easy. But just the fact that he was able to grind out for 2 years and then kind of like, like now he's making good money, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, like he's got like a decent schedule. Even like my other buddy, the one that's like in the Air Force, like he's fucking married. He just bought a house.
Oh, Christian?
Yeah.
He got a house?
Bought a fucking house.
Wow, go Christian.
So I'm just, I see that and I see more structured lifestyles and I'm kind of like, damn, like I got another, like, I think almost all my friends are like pretty set up pretty well right now. Like I got another buddy that's like an accountant. He's making they're on salaries, like making really good money. I got another buddy that's an engineer. Like they all went to school, they have their degrees. Like,
but I can't imagine going to office 9 to 5.
Yeah, but it's like the only thing is like because even
it's
right,
the stability though.
It's the stability because even right now, that's something I've been struggling with. We've talked about a million times. Is the fucking editing, my editing workload, and it's like I'm like. I was working at the school. I come home from the school, like there was like this whole year is like I come home and like there was always just something for me to edit. Like I was never able to just come home, like eat, rest, like watch some TV, like go on a walk. Like I have not been able to do that. Like I always have something always like over my head. And it's like this whole week, like I think I went ham like last week and I edited everything I needed to do. So like I took a day off on Monday and this whole week I went to work and like I was able to come home and like not do anything. I didn't have anything like on my plate.
Because I always think about the overloading thing. But I always think about like Mark Norman said on a pod. Sometimes he would have like 3 shows, go do a pod the next day, do another pod the same day, go fly out the next day, do a show here, and then do another pod. But he will say like that is like a temporary. It's not going to be like that all the time.
Yeah.
And like I feel like the interesting thing though about like your friends' jobs is there's a cap in payment. Yeah. And here we can't like we're having fun with it and like it can be upward. Yeah. But it's like I don't know because I always think about the grind because it's the grind because
I feel like we could literally be doing this like for 10 years.
Yeah, because the thing is
before we start like saving some real money. Like,
yeah.
But what were you saying? But again, like it's just like it's the sticking with it.
Yeah,
like,
I have a good feeling.
Yeah, no, I have a good feeling too. But
every
it's
day
just,
I'm like, fuck, one day.
Yeah. Like I think I don't ever look at this and be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
But there's just moments where it's just heavy.
Yeah.
Like there's just so much shit like on my plate where I'm just like, damn. And again, it's like just until recently, like I didn't have like a lot of money flow coming in. It's just like I'm doing all this work. I'm fucking tired. Like there's points where like I'm very unhappy. So I'm just kind of like, damn, like is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like what's the goal right now? Like where we headed to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's helpful to find the what end result you're trying to get to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like what about you guys? Like how do you like guys feel about like your workload right now? Like
I feel right now I'm finding my balance because like right now I'm still working out 5 times a week.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fucking
trying to
beautiful.
get that, and then working my job from so I'm waking up at 7 a.m. working out till like 9, getting to work at 10, getting off 6:30, getting home like 7, eating 30 minutes, and then editing a clip, and that's gonna take like an hour or two.
Yeah.
Or I'm hitting like 2 mics.
Damn.
Or it's either one.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to sleep by 12 to get 7 hours of sleep.
So you're on a fucking grind then.
I'm on that.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna work out.
How do you feel? So you feel good?
Like
though?
right now, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, fuck, like I don't even like, I'll be outside with my roommates and like we're just having a fun conversation. I'm like, fuck, I have 10 minutes to talk to you guys. And
yeah, you're just like, yeah, I fucking feel that.
Because it is, I don't know, it's like eyes on the prize type of thing. It's just grinding it out. And like, I'm not on my phone. I'm not on social media until like after 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Because I do think social media deters so much productivity.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm like, I have a good feeling about everything, but I'm also like, right now, there's like, I don't want to, because I have that habit of like focusing too much on like grinding this thing out.
Yeah.
Where like, I get tired. I kind of go crazy. I hate everything I'm doing. And I'm like, and then I question everything. So like right now, I'm like cutting out. I think like right now, I'm going to first start off with like just hitting a mic like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And then like chilling. Because I don't know, sometimes I'm just constantly go.
Yeah.
And then like I don't even have time to like figure it out. Because I remember Isaiah was like talking to me about it, and I think he said it on the pod where like Logan Paul was pumping out content like once or twice a week.
Yeah, you just lose sight.
You lose sight. You lose empathy for people. You're just you turn into a psychopath.
Yeah, literally a zombie.
Yeah, you're like a zombie. So like, because I think I've had that habit the past 2 summers. Where I was like, fuck, I'm just hitting mics. I'm alone by myself. I'm getting better, but like at what cost?
Yeah.
You know? But like,
yeah.
I remember I asked Isaiah how he did it. Because Isaiah literally had an editor for a bit, but like a lot of the things he was doing by himself.
Yeah.
He's as big as he is. And then he was dropping content weekly. And I was like, how did you not turn into like a Logan Paul or like a psychopath type of thing? He was like, I think I'm just too lazy. I was like, what the?
What do you mean?
He said, I'm just too. He's like, if it's gonna stress me out, he's gonna be like, whatever. I'll just push it off. And he's good at that.
Yeah.
Because he told me like my personality type is in a way it's like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
Where it's like I just need to go.
Yeah.
And like it's good, but it's also like it can just.
Yeah, it's
push
like everything.
away.
Yeah, well, you said everything's a balance.
Yeah,
like,
it's a balance because I feel like you guys are a good balance for me too. Where you're like, hey, it's not that serious. And I'm like, oh fuck, you're right. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like a great little like trio. Like kind of like we all kind of like have our own things that we bring.
Yeah,
we're all different.
Yeah,
but
because if it was like crazy. If all 3 of us were like my same, I'm like go, just turn into like a psychopath.
Dangerous. We'd probably hate each other too.
We'd hate each other. Because like I'm even seeing from my current boss, best boss I've ever had, Dan Keynes. He's living his dream and he's doing it all just because he loves it so much. Yeah. Like he literally like, have I told you a story?
About what?
Like for how he like has the company Aldus Lens Co.
I think you said he made something before that.
He made the wireless transmitter receiver for like viewing
the Teradek, right?
He sold to Teradek.
It's crazy.
And then after that, he was like, "Oh, what do I do?" He's like, "Oh, I've always wanted to get an anamorphic lens, and I have money to do it." But then he saw all the lenses were too expensive. He's like, "I'm just gonna try to make my own." Yeah. He made his own. And then it turned into Atlas, and that's how like the lenses they use for Babylon, for like everything ever all at once, for like the DP for La La Land makes custom lenses without like it's so crazy, and it's all just because he loves it. Yeah. And like he doesn't burn out. He also has a schedule of like waking up in the morning, working out, and like coming in at a certain time, then leaving, and then like he checks in on everyone to make sure everyone's okay. Yeah. Like he's like, hey, did you eat already? Like make sure you eat. I don't want like just clock out right now. And then he's like. He has that balance. He has like the long term grind. Because like if you are grinding, just go. It's like you're just pushing. It's like lonely at the top. No,
literally,
type of thing.
Yeah, literally. Like I think even with that too, because I feel like just working this whole year, just like figuring it all out. I think right now, like I kind of been at like this whole like past like 2 weeks, I've been able to like catch my breath a little bit, and it feels good because I feel like I'm obviously like just kind of being able to find that rest. Like I realize I'm okay, like I can do this. Like like I'm not. I don't have to be burned out. Like I have to be smarter about like how like the work that I'm taking on, work that like I need to delegate. But
it's like You just have to be smarter with it. You don't have to push it strictly. And it's also like, once you get that down, then you could bring another thing in. Because it's literally, what I'm thinking at it right now.
Like being able to juggle this now and doing that smoothly and then be like, okay, now, okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because right now I think like I'm like kind of going, because like I'm like, my brain is fried just being in front of the computer all day, like editing and making stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to go home and then do my own stuff. Yeah. But I think it's just the stamina thing just because it's so new. Yeah. Of like, I haven't worked a full time before. I haven't tried to balance stand up and like working out in the pod.
Do you think you're doing it though? Like
I think I'm gonna. I think right now I'm like fuck because I'm late with clubs right now. Okay. But I think it's a transitional thing because I'm like everything I'm always like off because I'm still thinking about like fuck when I was working that smoothie job, that was great. Like I literally was like driving like an hour out for a job that was like I can get before college. Yeah. And then like I'd pull over to like edit a clip and then like I was still doing it and I was like I found balance. But like right now I'm like oh cool I like a consistent income. I have like all these things. I have like, these people around me. It's cool. But now it's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna try to balance that out, be used to it, and then add a bit more. Yeah. Instead of like going crazy. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I totally feel that.
But
yeah, bro, it's just fucking tough.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be cool.
I think like I've been wanting to like get back into therapy to help with my like work-life balance a little bit. Because this is a bit all over the place because a lot of new stuff has been happening this year. But I think it's something I would recommend. Yeah. Because I've done it in the past. But
how's your work-life balance right now though? Because I know at least like there was a point where we talked about it a couple months ago.
I remember it was hard for you doing it in the beginning. I remember I could feel it because you were like, I don't know. Because I think the thing is you were like off a job because COVID and everything for like a year, and then you went straight into a full time and then trying to balance everything. And I'm like,
and then moving out,
and then moving out, and I'm like, fuck yeah, it's so much. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. I think everything kind of just like avalanched on me. Yeah. But it's like weird because I wanted that, so I don't know. Like everything that I have where I'm at right now is what I've been wanting. Yeah. Because I don't want to go back to where I was. Yeah. Like just kind of like wait in this waiting limbo.
It's just hard to appreciate it though. Huh?
Yeah. But I mean, like I think I really benefited from therapy when I was in that area though, because like it really helped me to just like be okay with what I have right now. But now I kind of have to go back to that mindset a little bit now, which is interesting because everything's happening, a lot of things are going on, a lot more responsibilities, and I had to like kind of reset myself. Like you gotta always go back to like just be okay with where you are right now. And, you know. So yeah, I think I've been wanting to I got insurance again, so I want to go get some talk to somebody about that. But I think you guys would benefit from that too. We're all kind of definitely jumbling with that.
Yeah. I was telling Alyssa like I'm like if like when we were in community college, if I was able to see where I'm at right now, see like the fucking fact that we're doing this, like seeing all this camera gear that I have, the fact that I have a fucking girlfriend, the fact that I have a truck, the fact like that I'm making like good money, I literally would have shit my pants. Like if I was like my 20-year-old self was like looking at what I was doing now. Yeah. But it's like I'm like I have everything I've always wanted, at least at this point in my life right now. But it's like it's just so hard to appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many moving pieces. There's so many fucking things to keep up with. And it's just tough. Like that's probably like the hardest thing about like life and shit right now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think it's like once you have a goal for something that's tangible, then you're like, oh, you know, it's like what's next? I don't know. I feel like I always have
it's like okay, like I have all this already. Like what are we getting next? Like
I feel like I remember Tyler the Creator had like this good goal where he was like, all my goals are things that I can't grasp. Yeah. Or he's like, I want to make a song as good as this Q-Tip song. Yeah. And you can compare numbers, but you can't compare like the intangible feeling of making that song. Yeah. So he's just gonna reach for that feeling, and you can't grab it, but you'll still have something cool. Yeah. I feel like that's a cool way to look at it.
That's a great way. Yeah. Another thing too I saw is like you have like not necessarily not that it's bad to have goals, but it's like obviously let's say I'm 20 years old and like I have all these goals, and like I accomplished all those goals now that like I'm 25. Yeah. But I'm not the same person that I was when I was 20, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't necessarily want what this, you know, like there's new things that I want. So it's kind of like you kind of need to keep that mindset. It's like even though I want this, like I might not want this in a year, you know what I mean? Like so it's just kind of like I need to just kind of be smart and kind of like what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Like it's just I guess just like aware, like you know what I mean? Like things are like your emotions are always going to change.
Yeah, because I remember you know Cole Bennett, like the music video director? Yeah. Yeah, I remember like cuz he blew up pretty young because he was just like one of the first to do like run and gun and like work with like SoundCloud rappers. Yeah. and like pop off a lot of industries. I'd pop off a lot of like careers.
Yeah.
I remember like in like college, in like community college, like I'm gonna fucking drop out of here. Like I'm gonna like be doing my music videos too. Like that's when I strictly wanted to like do music videos.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was like, I'm just gonna like I want to like blow up and then get all this stuff. And I'm glad I don't. Because blowing up that young.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That ego.
Yeah.
And that like, it's a high, quick rise, quick fall.
Yeah.
Thing. That's why I'm so impressed with Isaiah too, because I talk about him like, damn, you could have been like a piece of shit, but like you're so
humble.
He's
bro.
so humble.
I fucking love that man.
Like I'm like crazy because like he's also so modest with like everything he does.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, just like 17, 18, being like his side of YouTube was like being prank YouTube.
Yeah.
And so it was like you get the money and you're getting all this stuff, but like he was like, damn, I'm just in it for the craft, and he has like the longevity to like think about it in the long term.
Yeah.
But like,
just like his evolution is crazy.
Yeah, like the evolution's so cool, and like I'm thinking like, damn, like if I hypothetically, because I remember I was in my head, I was like, the ideal thing is like I'm gonna leave COC, a rapper's gonna bring me on tour, and I'm just gonna make music videos for him.
Yeah.
If I'm so glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you probably would have been unhappy.
Yeah, I remember what I thought was what I realized was, you know, Sal Dylan. I remember he came in when I was working at Journeys.
The director.
Sal Lara.
Yeah.
I remember he came in, and then he was like, I was like, I think we both knew. I just know he wanted COC, and they were talking about like film, and then I'm like, oh, like are you working on sex? He's like, yeah, I just worked with Amigos, and I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And I was like, that was like the first time, I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But then I realized that I'm like, in a non-narcissistic way, I was like, oh, I don't want to be, because he's still like doing the thing I want to do, like work on music video sets and do this, and I'm like, I don't want to be Sal working with him. I want to be the guy who's making the stuff, like the music or like the art.
Yeah.
And making people work with me.
Yeah.
And so we could build something. I don't want to be the guy to help a career shine. I want to like make my own.
Yeah.
I want to shine. I want to shine. I remember I realized this when I was talking to him, and I told my mom about this, and I was also like, I don't want to just be behind camera.
Yeah.
And then like I was at Day and Night, the festival in like Orange County, and I saw Smoke Perp on stage, and I was like, I want to be up there. And like not like a rapper specifically, but I was like, isn't that interesting? It was like two random rappers from, I'm like, all right, I don't want to just be behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I love that for you. Because I feel like even too, like pretty early, like even in high school, like I always knew. It's kind of almost like, it was like in my head a little too much. I was like, I'm going to be famous. Yeah. Like kind of like even almost cringy. And then I think as I started like getting into film, I was like, I think I started like learning how to make videos. I was like, I'm for sure going to be famous, bro. Like, and then even now, like obviously I'm not famous yet, but I think I had a bigger kind of ego with it, like in 2018. Like,
just the fame strictly, that's crazy to chase.
No, which is stupid, but like, but like now it's like I feel like I'm definitely like I love the craft of it, like and I just gotta keep on my shit, like, and like,
because I don't want to be like clout chasery too, and I'm like, oh, that's so dismissive, dude.
I can't even envision myself doing like social media shit.
Yeah, like content stuff. Respect to the people who do it, because there's like who's like Han. He's an example who's someone who's like an influencer. Yeah. But I feel like he does love the craft of like figuring out the algorithm, doing the title. Cause like he's like the most ground dude. I remember like when I met him, I was on a set. He was the biggest one there, but he was like the most down to earth.
Yeah, I fucking love that dude too.
And that's bro. He's so cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I don't know. I like how they carry themselves like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just strictly chasing fame. I feel you can feel it on people, and I'm like, damn, do you even care about what you're doing?
What's the point? Like, you know what I mean? Like. You know, like I want to be famous, like in my circle. You know what I mean? Like I want, you know what I mean? Like I want the respect and the love, like from my people, or like and even just people that meet me. Like, you know, like I don't want to fucking. Like obviously, it's cool. Like it's cool for people to like, you know, come to me like, oh my god, like we talked about it, like where we like you release bars and shit, and people just come and they're like, oh, like you're that dude from that video, like that shit, like that's kind of crazy, but like. You know, like that's not the most like fulfilling thing.
Yeah, it's not because it's not really a real connection.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh shit, like, that's cool. Like.
Yeah, I don't know, just people who you could just have a conversation with.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like the acting above people. Yeah. That's back to that one friend. I don't want to be like that. I just want to be around people.
Yeah, bro. You just gotta keep your empathy.
Yeah.
It's not human.
All right. We got
No Empathy Challenge 2023.
Let's fucking get it next pod. No empathy.
We've done that.
Oh, we did do that. You fucking motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't care.
But, alrighty, thank you all for tuning in
to another episode.
This is like a very therapeutic.
This is a serious one. It's crazy. We do comedy podcasts, and they're like, "Yeah, this is a comedy podcast." Hey, you ever suicidal? All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in. That's Mary Kay. Next up, Haley McMillan.
touch on my rub on my love on my rub on my. Why do you want my dick all up inside your lips? Wanna just grab this shit.